guys, it's Kyra. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking an Enneagram personality test. I'm pretty sure I've taken this before, but I do not remember anything about it. But I got this idea from Jules Skeebs and Hannah Catherine. They've been making videos of their types and living their type for a day. So I'm going to take the quiz to figure out what type I am, and I'm bringing you guys along with me. But let's get started. Alright, so here's the website that I brought up that Jules recommended. So it's just, it just shows which one is best. So I strive for perfection. I would say accurate, yeah. I work hard to be helpful to others, yeah. It's important to me that other people like me. It is important, but it's not super important. So I think I'm going to put in between neutral and accurate. It's important to me to achieve great things. Yeah. I make more significant contributions than the average person. I'm gonna go in between neutral and accurate. It just depends on the situation. I feel my emotions very deeply. I put neutral on that. It just depends on what it is. I have a sense that other people will never truly understand me. I'm gonna go in between inaccurate and neutral. I think deeply about things. In between accurate and neutral. I'm prepared for any disaster. No, I'm going to put that as in neutral. Well, I'll put in between neutral and inaccurate. Because I'm prepared for some things, but not a lot. It's important to me to avoid pain and suffering at all times. In between accurate and neutral. Because, if you're working towards something, like you're doing a sport or something, you want to work hard to get there. Okay, the next one is I seek out experiences that I know will make me feel happy or excited. I'm going to put that as accurate. I feel like I do that quite a bit. I see the positive in every situation. I'm going to put that as... I'm going to put that as accurate. I'm not afraid to tell someone when I think they are wrong. I'm going to put that as inaccurate because I hate telling people they're wrong. I let other people make the decisions. I'm going to put that between accurate and neutral because I do that a lot. Okay, now I'm going to go into the next page. Page 2. I appreciate having rules that people are expected to follow. I'm gonna put that between accurate and neutral. I'm concerned about security more than anything else. I'm gonna put that between accurate and neutral again. I think a lot about what will happen in the future. Accurate and neutral again. I don't fit in with ordinary people. Inaccurate and neutral is where I'm gonna put it. There's rarely a good reason for changing how things are done. I'm gonna say inaccurate. Yeah, that's inaccurate. I always finish my chores. That's between accurate and neutral. Most of the time I do. So, I'm always trying to be a better person. Accurate. I check carefully for mistakes and errors. I'm gonna put that as neutral because it depends. Sometimes I'm just way too lazy to go check. I like to be around people who I can help. I'm gonna put that as neutral because sometimes, it gets to be too much to help a bunch of people. I feel like that I'm an important person in my social groups. In between accurate and neutral, I would say. It's important to me to be successful. Accurate. The organizations I belong to would not function well without me. I'm gonna put neutral on that. I often feel overtaken by my emotions. Inaccurate, no. I have always felt different from other people. In between inaccurate and neutral. I like to analyze things from every angle. Neutral. I always have a plan for what I would do if things go wrong. I put between accurate and neutral. I avoid situations that bring up negative feelings. I'm gonna put neutral because sometimes it's good to think about past things that have happened. I seek excitement. Accurate. Okay, we're on page 3. I'm good at seeing the bright side of things when others complain. I'm going to say that's very accurate. I notice that quite a bit when people be complaining. I'm like, it's really not that big of a deal. I do not hesitate to call people out when they're behaving badly. I'm going to put that as inaccurate. I hate calling people out. I go along with what other people want. In between accurate and neutral because honestly, I just don't really care that much. So if somebody really wants something, I'll be like, sure, I don't really care. People should follow the rules instead of doing what they feel like doing. In between accurate and neutral. I seek out relationships that offer me some type of protection. I'm gonna put that between accurate. Well, no, we're gonna put that in neutral. I can clearly visualize what could happen in the future. No. I'm gonna put that as inaccurate because I have no idea. Average people often find me a bit weird. I'm gonna put that as neutral because it just depends on what side you see of me, I guess. So I like to do things as I've always done them. In between accurate and neutral, I normally stick with the same thing, but every once in a while I like to try something new. I persist until a task is done. Accurate and neutral. I spend time trying to discover and correct my faults and weaknesses. There we go. Accurate, in between accurate and neutral again. I hold myself to very high standards. That's accurate. I'm a natural caretaker. Neutral. I want people to admire me. That's accurate. I want to achieve a lot in my life. That's accurate. If I'm honest, I feel that I'm a bit better than other people. Neutral. I feel a deep sense of grief for what I have lost. Neutral. I'm an unusual sort of person. I'm put that between inaccurate and neutral. I take time to understand things more deeply than most people do. Neutral. Okay, we're halfway through on page 4 now. It's important to me to be prepared for any emergency. In between accurate and neutral. I distract myself from any sad feelings that arise. Neutral, because it just kind of depends. Sometimes it's good to let out your emotions. I often make changes in my life when things get boring. Accurate and neutral. Like in my room and stuff, if I get bored in my room, I will change things up to make it seem more exciting. I tend to be more optimistic than most people. I'm gonna put that as accurate. I tell people what I think even if it is hard to hear. Neutral. It just depends on who I'm with. Like if it's a group of people that I'm not super comfortable with, I won't. I would rather follow the group than push for what I want. Neutral. It just depends on the group again. I feel most comfortable in organizations with a clear hierarchy. In between accurate and neutral. I take measures to protect myself and my loved ones from harm. Neutral. I make plans many years into the future. I don't make plans, but I think about it. I'm gonna go between accurate and neutral. What did I do there? There we go. Okay, I'm an unusually unique person. Inaccurate, neutral. I dislike trying new methods or procedures. Inaccurate to neutral, because it just depends on what it is. I focus on my responsibilities and duties. Accurate, neutral. I read books that help me be more productive or better at what I do. Not really, because I'm always reading school books, so I'll put neutral. I want to, but I'm just always reading school books, so I don't read other books that much. I put a lot of pressure on myself to do things right. Accurate, neutral. I take the initiative to help other people and make their lives easier. In between accurate and neutral. I put in the effort to make a good impression on other people. Yeah, I would say that's accurate. I set ambitious goals for myself. Neutral. I'm an important member of my social groups. In between accurate and neutral. Okay, page 5. We're almost done. I can describe my emotions in a lot of depth and detail. Neutral, I would say, yeah. I often feel like an outsider. It depends on the group again. Like, some groups I'm not as comfortable with, like, I do feel like an outsider, but there's always, like, a couple people who I'm comfortable with. So I'll just put, like, neutral. It just depends on the situation. I find my mind to be a very interesting place. Honestly, yeah. Put that between accurate and neutral. I'm always aware of what can go wrong in a situation. Most of the time. Neutral and accurate, I'll put it in between there. I have many ways of avoiding situations that get me down. Neutral. Well, yeah, neutral. I'm always up for a new adventure. In between accurate and neutral. I believe that things usually work out for the best. I believe that, yeah. I stand up for what I believe in, even if it upsets other people. In between accurate and neutral. I let other people take the lead. In between accurate and neutral. Like on school projects, sometimes I just feel like I have to take the lead. But it just depends on who's in the group again. I dislike people who disrupt things by breaking the rules. Yeah, I would say that's quite accurate. I make alliances with people who can help me stay safe and secure. I'd put that between neutral and accurate. I'm often looking ahead toward what is coming next. Yeah, I'll put that between accurate and neutral. I have different interests than most people. I put that between accurate and neutral. Like, I have some interests that I feel like some people would think is more of like a male interest, and it's stereotyped as that, even though it's not. For example, hunting. You think of men mostly when you think of hunting, but I love hunting, so the traditional way of doing things is the best. It depends. I'm gonna put that neutral. I'm a responsible and reliable person. I would say that's pretty accurate. I have a lot of plans for how I can improve myself. In between accurate and neutral. I make sure that even small details are correct. That's neutral. Again, it depends on whatever I'm working on. I enjoy caring for others and their needs. Neutral. Sometimes it gets to be too much. I want to be a person that others can look up to. That's accurate. I push myself to succeed. I would say that's accurate also. Okay, the last page. I make important contributions to my community. In between neutral and accurate. I rarely have strong emotions. I put that between neutral and accurate. I feel like I never truly belong in social groups. That's neutral. Depends on the group again. I'm saying that for so many. I want to learn as much as I can about how the world works. In between neutral and accurate. It's important for me to understand what can go wrong in a situation. In between neutral and accurate. I take steps to ensure I don't feel sad or lonely. Neutral. Trying new things keeps life interesting. In between accurate and neutral. I'm an upbeat person. I'd say that's between accurate and neutral. I'm usually the one to take a stand when others won't. That's neutral. Depends on what I'm standing for. Other people have stronger opinions than I do. That's very accurate. Everyone has a role to play in society and a duty to do their best. That's accurate. I'm concerned with protecting what I have. That's between accurate and neutral. I have a good sense of what my future holds. Neutral. I'm an average person with ordinary likes and dislikes. I'm gonna put that as neutral. Alright, I'm back. I just took a really quick break, but I'm back, so we're good. The last 3 questions I think is what I'm on. I try new ways of doing things just to see if they'll work. Neutral. I have a great deal of willpower. Neutral. Self-improvement is a major interest of mine. I would say that's accurate. Okay, so I'm going to get my results, and we're going to see what I am. Okay, so here's what an Enneagram is. So before I look at it, the Enneagram is a personality system that aims to reveal how emotions drive our lives and how we engage with others in an effort to get what we want and need. The Enneagram defines 9 personality types, each with its own set of strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities for personal growth. Your Enneagram type reveals what motivates you on a very deep level and illuminates the path you must take to achieve a higher level of self-actualization. So this graph is going to show each section. So I had like no 4s, no 8s, hardly any 5s and 6s, and a little bit of 2s. So 9, 1, 3, and 7 are my biggest. So my type in depth. Your primary type is 3. In this section, we'll dive deep into the 3 profile to understand how it drives your core emotions, fears, and desires, as well as how it impacts you in relationships at work. So I need to unlock. Okay, so let's look at this quick. This shows what I am of each. So I got a 3. That's a 98% match. Then the next highest one. So, okay, I'll just read off like an order of mine. So, type 3, 98% match. Also known as the achiever, 3s want to be successful and admired by other people, and they're very conscious of their public image. I would say that's actually quite accurate. The next one looks like 9. Type 9 is also called the peacemaker. 9s like to keep a low profile and let the people around them set the agenda. Yeah, that's a pretty good match. Next is 1. Type 1 can be thought of as the perfectionist. 1s place a lot of emphasis on following the rules and doing things correctly. Yeah, I would say that's an 89% match, because like sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. Next is 7. Type 7 is described as the enthusiast. 7s want to have as much fun and adventure as possible and are easily bored. Alright, so I reached the limit, so I had to stop and keep going. But we just did 7. So the next match looks like 2. Type 2 can be described as the giver. 2s want to be liked and find ways that they can be helpful to others so that they can be loved and belong. Then it is 6. Type 6 is also known as the skeptic. 6s are preoccupied with security, seek safety, and like to be prepared for problems. Type 5 is the next one. Type 5 is described as the investigator. 5 seek understanding and knowledge and are more comfortable with data than people. 8. Type 8 is also known as the challenger. 8s see themselves as strong and powerful and seek to stand up for what they believe in. And then my lowest match was 4. Type 4 is known as individualists. 4s want to be unique and live life authentically and are highly attuned to their emotional experience. Okay, so you have to pay to get your full report. But that's okay. So I'm just going to read the little bit that it can show me. We're going to read this first paragraph. 3s are defined by their desire to achieve. They want to advance in the world and will sacrifice almost anything for success, vigorously pursuing tasks and becoming utterly absorbed in the pursuit of attainment. But they only choose a task in the first place if it promises rewards and brings prestige. 3s like to stand out. They have a burning need to be admired and see life as a game where winning is emphasized. And I just read through each of these of what I'm closest to. What makes you unique? What makes you unique? They have like your strengths and weaknesses if you're able to get into it. It looks like my optimism keeps me going. That's what the first thing shows. So that's basically everything that the Enneagram shows you, which I think is super cool. But for the next video, I'm going to do kind of a series. I'm going to like look up things that like define my Enneagram, which is a type 3 I know now. And I'm just going to like live like a type 3, typical type 3 would for a day, which is probably how I already live. But yeah, I'm super excited for that video, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hit the little bell icon so you're notified every single time I post, which will be every Wednesday and Saturday. Comment down below what your Enneagram is and like different video ideas I should do with my Enneagram. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!